is now 7 o'clock. Requirements for the Sunshine Law have been met. This meeting was sent to be advertised in the Burlington County Times. An electronic notice was given to the NJAC 5:39-5. We will now start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we could, we're going to have a moment of silence, but Committeewoman Dr. Ashley Caldwell asked that. I think she attended the night of remembrance of support for those who overdosed on Overdose Awareness Day on August 26th. So if we could have a moment of silence for those who have suffered an overdose and lost their lives. Thank you. Roll call.
Committeewoman Dr. Caldwell.
Present.
Committeewoman Ms. Maddox Cantine.
Present.
Committeeman Mr. Carr.
Here.
Committeewoman Ms. Mungo. She did say that she would be absent. Mayor Henley.
Here.
Also present the Township Solicitor, the Township Clerk, the Deputy Administrator, the Police Chief, Fire EMS Chief, and Fire Marshal and Public Works Director.
Thank you, Ms. White. Approval of minutes, July 8th, 2025, regular meeting minutes. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second? Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to note that I was not present at this meeting, but I did have opportunity to review the recording.
Thank you. Roll call?
Dr. Caldwell.
Abstain.
Ms. Maddox Cantine.
Present. Yes.
Mr. Carr.
Yes.
Mayor Henley.
Yes.
3 yes, motion passes.
August 12th, 2025, regular meeting minutes. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Caldwell.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Caldwell.
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Cantine.
Yes.
Mr. Carr.
Yes.
Mayor Henley.
Yes.
4 yes, motion passes.
August 12th, closed session minutes. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Caldwell.
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Cantine.
Yes.
Mr. Carr.
Yes.
Mayor Henley.
Yes.
4 yes, motion passes.
We now open the meeting for public comment on agenda items only. Please remember to state your name and address for the record. Please remember to state your name and address for the record, as well as write your name and address on the sign-in sheet on the podium. You're up.
Can you do it from there, Nancy?
Nancy Berkeley, Olive Street, Grand Cocos. I have a couple of comments on the things you're going to be voting on tonight. One is A, 13025, to sell a 10-foot snowplow to Mount Holly for $500. Last year, we were told that we had to hire a company at $200 an hour because we did not have enough snowplows and trucks to plow. So I'm not quite sure why we're getting it away. It says it doesn't fit any of our current trucks. Did we get rid of a truck that it was used for? I'm just not sure. We have 19 trucks, and usually those are the ones that I see going through my development for snow plowing. And I looked up, and average 8 to 10 snow plow goes for about $10,000. So I can't see giving it away if we could use it in the future and save $200 an hour. So I encourage you to vote no. The second one is 13125, to sell the leaf box trailer to Oceanport for $150. Last year we were told that the trailers were dangerous, and that's why we had to buy the mega truck. But I also see that we're in this budget budgeting for another truck and another trailer together that costs us $116,000.
Are you positive about that, ma'am?
Excuse me?
Are you positive about that?
Yes, I just checked it tonight. It's in the
Chris, can you
budget.
please comment? Because I know Chris was looking like it didn't sound right. That's why I was asking.
Absolutely. So the 10-foot snowplow is actually for truck 41 is going to replace the new truck. Truck 41 fell service. Transmission went out on us in June. So basically the truck's not working anything more than parts. Mount Holly reached out and said that, you know, if we could purchase the plow off of it, we actually could use it. So that's the reason why the plow
What year is truck 41?
2005,
How many miles?
I'm gonna say probably 30,000, but it's probably about umpteen million, I don't have
Cost to replace transmission?
it.
The cost to replace the transmission?
Off the top of my head, probably around 10 grand.
Thank you.
Could we buy a truck that this plow would fit?
We'd be having to specialize into that specific.
Okay, well, like I said, that's why I come and talk to you all.
And number two,
As far as the box is concerned, that box has actually been sitting behind our public works department for probably 10 years. That's actually the original triple box, 10-leaf box we used to use back in 2007 or somewhere in there. It's not worth more than scrap at this point. We're for somebody to rehab. And
What-
that's what they want.
You're getting ahead of my 131.25. So we're giving the salt beef truck to Oceanport for $150. I remember last year you told us that these leaf trailers were dangerous and you didn't want to buy any more trailers because people fell off of it and got hurt. And that's why we have a mega truck, so we don't have to buy a trailer. But then this year we're buying a truck and a trailer, and $116,000 is a lot. That's a penny on our taxes.
To clarify, there's no trailer, there's no trucks being bought in the park. That's the accessories for the truck from last year.
It is in the budget for 2025. Truck and trailer, each $58,000. I'm sorry, I'll print it and share it with you. Apparently, we're buying another vehicle, more like a glorified, for what it looks like to me, you can tell me more, looks like more of a glorified golf cart. We have one who I know we use in the athletic fields, and the township has one, and apparently we're buying a new one for the township. The township's one will go to the athletic fields, and the athletic fields will be, I was told, given to Mount Holly. Are we giving it or selling it to Mount Holly?
Well, somewhere it's going up for auction.
Okay, and we can't use it?
At this point now.
Okay, because it goes for another $14,000.
what does?
The truck that we want to purchase.
The UTV.
The purchase quality meeting.
Ooh,
The price on it is $18,458.40.
so what's the value of the one that we're selling?
Let's say probably like 3,500 bucks.
What do we sell it for?
We have it.
Oh, so it's valued at about 3,500. So we're gonna auction it off, is what Chris is saying. Then I'm sure we'll take that money in.
And use it towards this. I just
Use it towards the budget, right?
frustrated in that we seem to be buying things and giving things away. And
But if it doesn't, Nancy, if it doesn't have any value, what do you do with it?
I know that the township was one of the smallest increase in taxes, and people are happy about that.
Right.
But overall, their taxes went up 10%.
That's not our, we didn't do
And
that.
I know it's not your problem, but we all.
I didn't say it's not my problem, because I live here too, it is my problem.
Right.
But I'm saying that we didn't do it. So what I'm saying is that Chris is saying that he's got a truck that's been sitting out there for 10 years, it's supposed to sit out there for 11 years?
For 30,000 miles?
The mileage, if it's no good, it's no, the mileage isn't the big part about it, right? The big part about it, I haven't done snow in my whole life, but I think the wear and tear of the plow is what the problem is with the trucks.
A lot
And
of
if it
it.
doesn't have any value, I don't know why we want to continue to junk up our yard, no offense, Chris, with things that don't have any value.
I'm just sharing my opinion.
Oh, everyone has
I
one.
think it's 135 agreement with the county and shared services. Are you three allowed to vote on that because you're county employees, or is that not the same thing?
I don't think it's the same thing, we'll be all right. We're good. Thank you for your concern, though.
Okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you. That's the same one, sorry.
Any other comments?
Not this time. The agenda.
We're gonna close public comment, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Ordinances, first reading, none. Ordinance, second reading, 9-2025, ordinance of the Township of West Hampton to fix the salaries, wages, and compensation of certain officials and employees of the Township of West Hampton for the year of 2025. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion for 9-25.
Second, Caldwell.
Open for public comment? Roll call?
Dr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Cantine?
Yes.
Mr. Park?
Yes.
Mayor Henley?
Yes.
4 yes, motion passes.
Resolution 129-25, payment of vouchers. This resolution approves the payment of bills through 9/2/2025. Do we have a motion?
Motion, Caldwell.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Dr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Cantine?
Abstain.
Mr. Park?
Yes.
Mayor Henley?
Yes.
3 yes, motion passes.
Consent agenda resolution. Resolution note. Consent agenda items are considered to be routine and will be enacted for single motion. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by a certification of availability of funds. Any items requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Dr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Cantine?
Yes.
Mr. Park?
Yes.
Mayor Henley?
Yes.
4 yes, motion passes.
Discussion, tree replacement plan proposal for the Rancocas Village.
Can't shoot.
So, the middle of August, I met with the Turnpike Authority to discuss the tree replacement in Rancocas along 3rd Street and Rancocas. I met with them. We sat down. We kind of came up with a plan as far as laying out trees down there, different species, different varieties that would best suit that area for what they want to do and what the input has been from Rancocas. We're looking at probably, I'm hoping the end of September, as long as you guys are on board with everything, maybe the first part of October to get the plan in place and get the trees planted.
Will we know what kind of trees they are?
Yeah,
We have
so I
discussion?
don't, did you guys get a map of?
Yes, I have it right here.
Okay, on that map, that's the different varieties of trees and kind of the locations that they're looking at putting all those trees. I tried to mix in some lower growing stuff, some taller stuff, just to kind of fill in areas where, there's a lot of tree cover or something like that where you couldn't just plant a tree.
Fair enough.
Go ahead.
So would these trees help with this is along Rancocas, correct?
Yes, yep.
This would help with the sound barrier that some of the residents were complaining?
Yes, so working with their engineering firm for the Turnpike and a tree specialist, they chose these trees for that purpose, to provide a sound barrier and a visual barrier for Rancocas Road.
I have 2 questions.
What's that?
Does this increase any type of load on your department?
No, there's no load on our department. It's solely on the project that they're doing. There's no cost to the township either.
As far as maintenance or you put a lot of
We
trash on
water
it?
just a bit. In my opinion, now, once they're in, we should totally just let it go. Let it fill itself in, as little as maintenance as possible.
And then, why is there a weird break with 4 dogwoods in the middle?
So what's going on there is there's a high tree canopy and a cluster of trees there. So they don't really want to remove any trees from what I've been told, so that's the best option for that area.
Thank you.
Yep.
In terms of just size, I'm just looking at it, and I know we're talking about the sound barriers and all those other kind of things. So what are we looking at? You know, some of them going in at 1 foot, 5 feet?
I believe they're around 3 foot each going in, so you're looking at probably within 3 to 5 years for them to start growing high enough to start providing a proper barrier there.
I'm good. I know we already.
All right. Anybody else has any questions or whatever, you know where to get me.
Thank you,
Looks
Chris.
good, thank you.
Chris, I will ask, 'cause I know Bob Thorpe is very interested in this, so I'll try to see if he can reach out. If he
Yeah,
can reach out to
absolutely.
a little bit more detail about it.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, the trees, so PSC&G took some of the trees down, and the Turnpike we're gonna replace trees, so they're replacing them there, because the sound of the cars going by would disrupt some of the houses.
Is there high tension wires? I know.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is there high tension wires there located there?
There's a power line, yes.
Oh, you're not involved in maintenance there? You're the take care of it.
Yep, thank you. Thank you, Chris. No worries. If we had a packed house, it'd be a problem, but we can negotiate this thing. We're going to open the meeting for public comment. Please remember to state your name and address for the record, and remember to write your name on the sign-in sheet. Who, I mumbled it? You know I'm not a mumbler.
I have a couple of things to say. Some of them are not.
Some of them are not. I'm sorry, what you say, ma'am?
My name is Audrey Kostetter, 36 Dover Road, West Hampton, New Jersey. I don't know if you're aware, but in the Burlington County Times on Thursday, and I know it doesn't pertain to you officially because it came from the State Department of Treasury, but in the insert of the Burlington County Times, there was a unclaimed property insert. And my brother-in-law's name was in it. He has $100 coming to him for unclaimed property. But while we were looking at it, I was noticing how many people from West Hampton had unclaimed property. And I'm only on the first page of this, and there's like 44 pages.
Is Sandy Henley on there?
I'm sorry?
Is Sandy Henley on there?
I didn't look for your name, so...
Because I can use 100.
But when I was looking at this West Hampton
Oh, wow, that's not
addresses, and I don't know who to bring this up to, my neighbor across the street, which is at 35 Dover Road, and I know that they're the second owner of the house, his address is on here, but not the name. 38 Dover, which is my other neighbor, her address is on here, not her name. Nobody ever lived in that house with this name. Going through 42 Dover, 48 Dover, and as I'm going, it's going on. So I start taking notes, because I know people that live on other streets. So Wickham Lane came up. I called my girlfriend. Did anybody ever at this name live at your house? No, I'm the original owner. I'm like, okay. So there's a lot of West Hampton addresses on here that don't match people's names. I'm going to call the phone number that's attached to this, which is a 9200 at the state, which I know will get me nowhere. And I also am going to go probably to the councilman, because I don't know where else to go. But I think we should be aware of this, that it's just the first page I went on. So I'm sure my address is on here. I'm sure your address is somewhere in here, too. Number two, did they decide what they're doing with the warehouse? I've been out of touch right now on Irick Road. Are we having a warehouse? Are we not? Or we don't know?
We'll take care of it in comment.
Okay. And then, what's the other thing? I want to thank the police department for the homeless, moving them around, getting them out of our area. We've had a couple on my street living behind a couple houses, in the woods and everything else. Thank you so much. And my neighbor, Cliff, down the street from me, he also wanted to thank you. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Somebody grab? No, we have to record it. You know the rules, Nancy.
First, Nancy Berkeley, Rancocas. I'd like to thank whoever was in charge of paving Church Street. That has been needed to be done since way back with Donna Ryan. And Timbuktu is one of our gems of West Hampton, and the street was horrible. People couldn't even walk down Timbuktu without trying to fall down. And now it's repaved, and it looks beautiful. The parking lot looks beautiful. And that when you come out, that little piece that used to be like on a 45-degree angle, I was always afraid of falling, is now smooth. So that's been wonderful. And West 3rd Street, which we've always asked, because the cul-de-sac at the end had big hunks of whatever, blacktop coming up, that got repaved, and the people were very happy there. What I don't understand, I did talk to Chris, and I did email Jim, West 3rd Street was widened by at least 5 feet. I don't understand why. And it wasn't widened on the side with the trees. It was widened on the side of Nancy Berkeley's property. And 80% of my property is on that street. And the other 20% in the cul-de-sac didn't get widened, just it was taken off my property. Will Street got paved, and that was not widened at all. So I'm not so sure, and I did ask Chris to look, why was that street widened? That street is a dead end. It's not like it's a street where you're going through to get to other places, like Will Street or Wills Avenue. That's a thoroughfare. I don't understand why it was widened and 5 feet was taken off my property. Then today, I went down the street just to check, and I found that they had taken sandy dirt and dumped it about 80 feet on the side of my property. And it's anywhere from 12 to 18 inches on my grass. So Chris said he would get to them and have them take it off my grass, because then it's almost like taking another 18 inches off my property. And when people see dirt on the side of the road, they assume it's a shoulder, and they can drive on it, and they can park on it. Well, you know, my bushes now are almost on the road because of what happened. So I would like that being taken care of, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris? Yes. Microphone.
Give this to whoever.
No worries. Hey, Mr. Harper, how are you? Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. But I'm going to talk to you about a few things. Listen, Chief, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for what you and your council have done to get those homeless people off of Wood Lane Road. It's getting better and better every day, but, and don't take this as a joke, there's one. He rides around on his bicycle, and I stopped one of the police officers a couple of days ago. I'm just going to tell you like it is. I served in Vietnam and Korea for 11 months and 3 days, dodging bullets and all this crazy stuff. And I ain't taking crap from these people around here because they ain't got no place to live. This guy rides around there every day, the same guy that was in his yard, looking in people's windows, rides down the street on a bicycle, and I'm in the yard working on my truck last week. He come down there, and I have been told about this guy. Fortunately for him, he ain't come on my property yet, and I hope he don't. But I'm gonna tell you what he did do. I just, a week and a half ago, because my wife used to say you got PTSD. But when I get up every night around 3 o'clock. I go through my house, I look in every room in my house. My wife said, you crazy. Well, 2 weeks ago, I got up, I went to the bathroom, goes back in the bedroom, and something told me to look out the window toward where my truck was parked, but across the street. The same guy I'm talking about is sitting over there at 3:30 in the morning on a bike sitting there facing my house. So when I told the cop, he said, well, we can't do nothing about somebody riding a bike at 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't say you have, but 3 o'clock in the morning, ain't that kind of odd for a man that looks like he's in his 50s or early 60s to be out there on a bicycle? So he's sitting across from my house like this. I didn't say one word. So I'm just going to tell you, real nice. I ain't threatening nobody. They break in my house and I'm there, you bring a shovel with you. Because I don't think it's right that me being a veteran or anybody else got to put up with that crap because these lazy ass people don't want to work and they want to ride around and take other people's stuff from them. And last week when he came by, I spoke to him and he gave me this dirty look. I didn't say one thing. So I'm not blaming you, sir, because I just gave you a compliment for your job that you did. And I'm very grateful to what you have done on Wood Lane Road with them homeless people. But there's one guy, I'm telling you, somebody's going to hurt this guy. And he got caught in Mr. Allison's yard a couple times. Cops come around and tell you, well, you can't touch them. But see, I don't care about that. You come on my property and bust in my house, I'm 78. I gotta live another 10 years. I don't care about that. I'm not making no threats. I'm just telling you that these people, I don't know where they come from. What they pick this town for? Why they pick our town for? I'm the only living last person around there on Irick and Woodland Road that was there since 1979 when I moved there. I'm the last one. And nobody will be bothered with this, with that. I just want to make you aware of the fact that I don't know who this guy is, but Mr. Allison will tell you, he done caught him in his yard a couple times. And he's looking in your window. He ain't looking in my window. He was looking at his windows and stuff. I mean, it's just, and then you say something to the cops, and they tell you, well, you can't touch them because they can have you arrested. So, come on my house, I just get arrested. Because I had enough problems. And another thing is, I'm going to tell you, I got stopped by ISIS in the Acme parking lot a month ago. Probably nobody here heard about that. It was on a Saturday morning, I got stopped by them over there. They had these 3 women in the parking lot, right in front of the Acme. And I went to go past them. One of them said, yo, hold up. So I remember I looked back at him like this, and he comes over and asks me, and I had my other hat on with all my pins in it from the military, had enough to ask me where I was from. And you know what I told him? You can't see? You better take a good look, man. So then he got a wire tie out, like he was going to tie my hands up. I called my son out in L.A., I told my son. And I put my son on the speaker. I just want you to hear this. And I said to him, if you put them wire ties on me, you're going to wish you did. And when I'm done suing Donald Trump and you for $100 million apiece. Because I got enough money in the bank to do what I want to do. And my son told him on the phone, my dad is a veteran from the Vietnam War. And you got no right to be bothering him. And I had my hat on, so he seen I was a veteran. And one of them said to him, come on, man, leave that guy alone. He's a veteran. He's going to cause us a bunch of trouble. So I started walking toward the car. And he's standing there like this looking at me. So I put my phone on the speaker. And he heard my son tell me, if they put you in jail, you call me and I'll be there in 10 hours with a lawyer. And we'll just see. So my son is the editor of the Los Angeles Times in L.A. And he has people in the Associated Press. He has a picture of me with my uniform on. My son told him, he said, you put my dad in jail and I'm going to have his picture put on every paper in every big city in this country about what you're doing to some of these veterans out here. Man, we fought for this country. Leave us alone. I don't need to hear a whole lot of crap. I like to live in peace. And I went down to Kenworth, just so you know, my truck is a Kenworth. For $200,000 to get a new one. These parents don't need to think they come in my yard and bother nothing that belongs to me. I don't come around here much and say much. I pretty much leave y'all alone. But this guy is going to get somebody, he's going to get the wrong guy, and somebody's going to hurt him. And that's all I came here to tell you.
Thank you, sir.
Chief, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate what you and the cops are doing around here, getting our people off this street. I know you can't do all of them. He slipped in the cracks. Clifford, come on and finish you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
No worries.
I'll bring you an M16, man.
It's the same thing with Mr. Ferguson, known him a long time. They're doing a great job up there. It's pretty embarrassing when you drive down Wood Lane Road and I work in Philly sometimes, and it's worse than there, you know. So they did a good job. I'm
Sorry, could you just say your name?
Oh, Cliff Allison. I live on Wood Lane Road. So anyway, 5 times in the last month I had to call the police. 2 on Wood Lane, on Dover, down the street from Aldrey, caught people on the porch in the middle of the night. And just as last week, We called because my little grandson was there, and then the neighbor said something. I just happened to be home, but I didn't see him. They seen him. A couple of weeks prior to that, I had somebody trying to get in my truck. My son chased him down the street, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I guess the week before that, I had a guy in there. Michelle was home, and he was looking in the barns and stuff like he was drugged out. Luckily, my son got there. He chased him out there. Then he's over banging on the neighbor's back door. Rick didn't, I guess, make a call to the station, but we had called already. But, you know, where are you going to go with them? But, you know, I mean, last couple of years, it's a couple of times I had come home and there was people just sitting there, but they're not all over the place. In the last month, 5 times I had a problem with the people. But, you know, what are you going to do with them? But they are moving them around. You got a lot of new officers. They're pretty decent. I had one guy come out who was an officer, an older guy. I'm not mentioning names. Just wasn't the right person, you know, to be there. But these new guys, they pretty much handle, you know, what they got going on out there. So that's a good thing. The other thing I have is the warehouse, Mr. Pugh's property. You know, our other neighbor, he was not able to get on the Zoom. I went upstairs there today. I couldn't be there. You know, Mr. Pugh's property, you know, you shot down the warehouses. Well, we're all 4 warehouses now. Pretty much everybody on Wood Lane Road there. Having the houses built there, well, would you put 1,500? That's another 3,000 people. It cannot handle, you know, the traffic right there. Mr. Pugh, they own that property, probably his family, probably over 100 years, so they should have the right to do what they want with that property, you know? We always believe, you know, the county bought the other 11 acres off the other brother. We always thought that they were going to buy that farm, you know? West Hampton Township doesn't have any open space except for Gilbert, and I think 1 or 2 down here where the fields are, and maybe 1 other, I believe, you know, so.
I would say, for clarity, West Hampton is about 11 square miles, 7.4 of it is open
Yeah,
space.
almost 12.
7.4 of it is open
Right.
space. Just for the facts.
But there's just no room for that many more cars. And then they go build where the other warehouse up by 541, you guys put that roundabout in there, let the county, I guess, do it. And there's a sign on there that says no trucks. So I guess that's just going into the one parking lot. But that thing's so tight for the trucks to even get down there because, you know, Dolan has all these warehouses and that's the way they're supposed to go up there. You know, Arick Road has a 12-ton limit. So where are these guys all supposed to go? And where you put another 3,000 people in that field? What are you going to let them build 4-story skyscrapers and depreciate everybody's value that way? You know? But the land board, I guess they want to keep the Zoom. I don't know. I know one of the other neighbors down there, he wasn't happy with the people on the yards. He was on the land board. But I don't know what else you guys could figure out. I think everybody in that 200 feet perimeter should be allowed to go to the meetings, but I guess everybody's at their house, you know, doing it from home, I guess, not in the township, you know. That's all I have to say, you know, and the cops, you know, police department has done a great job with moving them around. You know, you drive down there, you don't see them all no more sleeping and everything. So that's all I had to say. Hopefully I don't have no more confrontations with anybody in the yard.
Thank you, Mr. Allison. And we'll make a comment now.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any of you guys have anything to do with what he's talking about? Got several up there that you certainly put in. Did this township have anything to do with that?
We didn't pick a
Well, I'm
system.
saying, did you have a reason for doing that?
No.
No.
It's a county property. We didn't do
I'm
anything.
gonna tell you something. In a year's time, what they did is going to get destroyed. I thought they did well. Them trucks are going to take this all right now. But they go around. You go there and listen, because I told him, I said, that was the stupidest thing that I've ever seen them do, the county do, because it's too narrow. And I'm getting out of the last thing that I meant to tell you a while ago. When I turned around, one nice guy said to another one, I stopped him because he looked like he was Spanish. Yeah, stereotyping, right? That's what they were doing. So, when he's talking different about that, so,
Thank you, sir.
yes.
We'll now close for public comment. All in favor?
Aye.
Dates to remember, Township Committee meeting, September 23rd at 7 o'clock p.m. Recreation Committee meeting, September 10th at 7 o'clock p.m. Historic Commission meeting, September 24th at 7 p.m. Land Development Board meeting is September 3rd at 7 p.m. Do we have any committee liaison comments or reports?
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Those coming out are committed to working hard to make West Hampton a town of choice, and that's important. All of the efforts in this room, police, fire, EMT, public works, administration, and residents, working together on the same team is going to prove very successful for us. What's also important is, we heard your comments. It's very important, and quality of life is very important. I ride around this town very often looking at a number of things, looking at the homelessness, looking at graffiti on bus stops, looking at all of these things, and making sure that we do everything within our power to improve the quality of life. I got a call. I'm going to talk about Dr. Caldwell. I got a call this morning from Dr. Caldwell because she and I both go to the Wawa, and we complain about what we see at times, because I've pulled up and I have been afraid to get out of my car because, you know, someone's standing there, so I'm clutching my purse. These are all things that we have to change, and quality of life is very important. I don't want to bring my children there and be afraid to get out the car because, you know, someone is approaching me. We have done a great job in terms of eliminating that, and I don't walk away from it. When I see it, I call and I say something. Dr. Caldwell called me this morning. She said, "Did you see the bus stop on Wood Lane?" I said, "The graffiti?" And she said, "Yes." Within an hour and a half, Public Works was there cleaning that bus stop. Thank you for making sure that that was done. Quality of life is very important for all of us. We live here. I rode down to the next bus stop to make sure that there was no graffiti and things like that there. Throughout the township of West Hampton, we are the eyes and ears. If you see something, say something. We can't make any changes if we don't know it's there. Trust me, we're observant. We're riding around this town. We live here. In terms of Church Street and all those other kind of things, we have made it a point to do things to make sure there are improvements. I'm around all the time, whether it's kids' activities or adults' activities or whatever, just looking to make sure that if we can make improvements, we'll do that. I'm not here to complain. I'm here to work. I'm here to, with my colleagues and with all of you, to make our quality of life better. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to see riding around the town, people sitting on the curbs and things like that. I can go into another area and live there if that's what I wanted to see. I don't want to see that. And I make it a point, when that is the case, to try to do something to make those changes, and I'm going to continue to do that. Thank you for bringing those things to our attention. Audrey, Nancy, Mr. Harper, Mr. Allison, we really appreciate you coming out and speaking to us. We take what you say to heart, and those things are extremely important to us, and that's important. Just on a... Yes, sir?
Sorry to interrupt you. Do you guys have issues with the county? Because I've been in meetings back in, I guess that was November or so, and they took all my information, and nobody's gotten back to me. I've been over to the engineers department about Woodland Road, up by the firehouse where the ditch is. I actually got pulled over by the officer because I was just taking pictures, and then the only guy that ever did anything was the guy on Hancock Road. Called the grounds department up, and they came to state that because there's all those holes in the ditch up there. But even Joe, out there in your stuff, I've been over there personally, and there's always a different streets. I haven't seen this guy. I guess that's why I got built the way it is up there where they're building. There's, you know, they don't get in touch with the community to see how the design, you know?
Thank you for bringing that to our attention, and we do have a good relationship with them. Dr. Hobson does come out and talk to us, so we'll make sure that those concerns are brought to their attention, okay? Last but not least, in terms of the rec committee, I did attend the August 13th meeting that we had. It's great to know that with the summer recreation program, there were 806 kids that we had registered. We're still working on a number of different things. The trunk or treat we're doing a lot with regard to the rec center. There's some things that we're doing there, making some changes there. Flag football, they're still doing the exercise, the karate, the Zumba, and all of those kind of things. So there are a number of different things that we'll be doing going forward, and we're super excited about that. Football is something that's very important to the rec center, so we're looking to see if we're going to get the Patriots or some other teams playing there, so that's important. So we're still doing a good job just in terms of just keeping the field active and having a number of things go on there. So that's it for me.
That's all I got.
Last but not least, one, I don't know how you bring the Patriots up and not do a Go Birds, but that's just me. But thank you everyone who came out. Thank you for your comments. I know we were able to get into a little bit of back and forth just because it was a bit of a smaller crowd. Typically, we don't do that. Mr. Allison, Mr. Harper, we hear your concerns, and actually, you know, you have already directed your comments to the guy who can change things and who can put a plan in place with Chief Ferguson, and I'm sure that he takes what you guys say very seriously. Obviously, you know, you guys have already made a comment, and I'm sure he's going to go back to his staff and talk about some of the things that we heard about here tonight. Thank you for always bringing these things to our attention, because by bringing it to the forefront and making a comment, obviously, then you're right here in front of our professionals who work here every day, and that brings attention to, you know, us making a change and putting us all in a better situation. So, last but not least, I'd like to thank our guys who come out, who do this every day, who work hard every day. Just as with everyone who's up here, those people out there, your community, our community is very important to us. And I think that you've seen that. This is a very, very hardworking group. You know, I actually had a chance to talk to Committeewoman Canteen. I probably hadn't talked to her in 2 or 3 weeks. And I just called her just to say, hey, like, I know I haven't talked to you. You know, she's busy working on something for Timbuktu. Or Ashley called this morning, I couldn't get back to her. I got back to her in a few hours. At the point that I got to her, she had already talked to Sherrod, and she already had things worked out to get the graffiti up off of, let's not be mistaken, New Jersey Transit's bus stop, right? So, you know, Chris went and did work for the transit to make our community look better, right? And obviously, you know, I think that what he does, and he's committed to the veterans and making sure this is a place that respects the veteran population, him being a veteran himself. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys bringing these things to us, and I hope you appreciate the efforts we put in place to try to think of a better solution for everyone. With that being said, we're going to go into closed session. Executive session, I'm sorry. We will not be returning to the open meeting. We will adjourn from the closed session. All in favor? Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.